Well, sometimes functions are increasing at an increasing rate, or they're increasing at a decreasing rate, or they're decreasing at an increasing rate, or they're decreasing at a decreasing rate. Oh, I'm already tired. All right, so here we go. Let's look at the graph of what we have. And I've made this as simple as I could just for the sake of explanation, and then we'll dig into it just a little bit more. Let's look at that, just that piece right there. In this interval, right here from 0 to 1, the function is increasing. I think we can say that for sure. Okay, so from here to here, let's just kind of mark these off. I'm gonna mark them off there. Sorry, the line got crooked. I bumped into the stand that's holding my camera. I say camera, it's really my phone. All right, in this interval, the derivative is positive. I mean, the function's increasing. In this interval, the function's decreasing, so the derivative is negative. In this interval, the function is decreasing, so the derivative is negative. And at this interval, the function is positive, so the function is increasing, so the derivative is positive. Okay, there we go. Increasing, decreasing, decreasing, increasing, derivative is positive, negative, negative, positive. No arguments there, we're great. Let us also talk about whether the function is increasing at an increasing rate or increasing at a decreasing rate. Like what? Okay, and let's actually talk politics for just a second without using any specific names for real. Two politicians are having a debate or an argument and the graph that represents the economy, the growth of the economy, I'll just put that in the most basic terms as the sunlight shines through. The graph that represents the growth of the economy over time, and this would be the economy that, I don't know what the units on that would be, gross domestic product, I don't know. Let's suppose it looks like this. And one person says, look, under my watch, this is the, whatever the current incumbent is, under my watch, the economy has expanded. And then the other person responds with, yes, but it's decreasing. And they're like, but who's right? Well, depending on how we word it and how we spin it, the economy is getting better. But if this trend continues, it's about to take a downward turn. The economy is growing, but it is growing at a decreasing rate. Okay? When I say growing, we have increase. The derivative is positive. Yes, the economy is growing. Fantastic. Vote for me. The other person says that, yeah, whatever, but it is growing at a rate. Whoa, what? Growth is a rate. And when I say growing at a rate, now we're dealing with the second derivative, right? Okay, I'm talking about now the rate of the rate. Is this thing consistently increasing or is it decreasing? Let me reword that. That was poorly worded. This is growing. It's increasing. But as it increases, the slope here is steeper than the slope here. So the slope of the slope, the rate of change of the rate of change is negative. It is, this is wordy, this is increasing at a decreasing rate. Because again, in just a minute, we're going to have this problem going on. So in just a minute, we're going to have that. So we've gone from super positive to mildly positive to zero. Okay? So which politician is right? Both of them. They're spinning it in their direction. So as we talk about this, let's decide if this graph is increasing at an increasing rate. I'll point to that one. I'll cover that one. This is increasing, and the slopes are getting bigger. That means the second derivative is positive. Is the function increasing at a decreasing rate? That's actually what we just saw. The economy is getting better, but it's about to take a turn. So second derivative is negative. Because as we move forward, we have steep, not so steep, not so steep, close to zero. Okay? All right, let's look at this one. Decreasing, but we had kind of close to zero, getting negativer and negativer and negativer. That's not a word, but the slopes are the slope of the slope is decreasing. And in this case, the slope of this line, we're going to be going from negative to something close to 0. We're going to have a second derivative that is positive. Okay, let me point. Increasing at an increasing rate, increasing at a decreasing rate, decreasing at a decreasing rate, decreasing at an increasing rate. This actually might be a pretty good forecast for the economy. It's getting worse, but it's about to bounce back. Okay? All right, vocabulary time. Concave up, concave down, point of inflection. Here we go. A cave is a cave. You know what a cave is, I think. Notice how this is opening downward. Notice the second derivatives are negative. So concave down is where the second derivative is negative. If you want to get technical, you could say that the first derivative is decreasing. That actually speaks to the rate of the rate. Okay, concave up, that would be this one over here. Like if you poured water in this, it would hold water. There it goes. So this is where the second derivative was positive. And we can also say that f prime is increasing. And a point of inflection is where the concavity, concave up, concave down, changes. And this is very similar to the first derivative test. First derivative test was where the first derivative equals 0 or did not exist. The second derivative test is going to be where the second derivative equals 0 or the second derivative does not exist. Okay, so let's recap because things got a little wordy in here, but increasing at a decreasing rate, so first derivative is positive, but the rate of that is negative. Hopefully this is clearing things up. Decreasing, derivative is negative, at a decreasing rate, so decreasing and the derivative of that is negative. Decreasing at an increasing rate, so it's going down, but it's about to turn around, increasing at an increasing rate. Okay? If the economy was doing this, it would be kind of like a runaway economy. It would have to slow down at some point. And then eventually you would end up with all kinds of problems if the economy just expanded too quickly. Really, they try to hit the brakes on those things with interest rates. It's fun stuff.